I think we can all agree that insecurities are difficult to deal with. I can share with you mine. I have gynecomastia, right? AKA bitch tits. Like that's the reality for me. I used to like scour the web and see, all right, what could I do to get rid of it? And you see videos on like, all right, do push-ups, do these kinds of push-ups, do this, do that, lose body fat, this and that. It didn't matter how lean I got. I always had the bit of fat. I did a little bit of research, found out, yeah, it's gynecomastia. And really the only way to get rid of it was to get surgery. The gynecomastia was minimal, so I just learned to live with it. I do have to be mindful of like certain clothing that I wear, just because it is obvious. So that's always been an insecurity of mine, and I've had to deal with it, right? I've had to accept it, and I think the major thing that you have to come away with is the idea that you must almost double down on your insecurities. So what I do is I publicly share mine, because then it takes the pressure off me. I can liberate myself from the tyranny of these insecurities, right? I don't have to worry about someone's gonna call me out for them because I've liberated myself. It actually reminds me of the 8 Mile movie when Eminem doubles down on all of his flaws, right, and shares them out, and so then the bad guy can't say anything back, right, in the freestyle. It's kind of like that. And so what I purposely do is I lay out all of my insecurities out publicly, so that if anybody thinks that they're going to be able to get me on that or try to embarrass me because of it, it doesn't happen, right? Because I've already made fun of myself. So I think that's the way you should go about it, is rather than hide away and shy away and be worried about someone maybe potentially leaking this information out in front of other people, I would say double down. And I have even worse insecurities that I don't even want to get into, but the point is that once I've been able to say them out loud, it kind of took away the pressure that I had within myself. And to be fair, many people won't even notice them, so it doesn't even make that much of a difference. And so I think, yeah, I mean, I guess when you're young and vulnerable and you're trying to figure out who you are and your identity is kind of fixed to sort of these physical traits, right? And there's not much you can do about it, right? In my case, right, I couldn't do anything about the gynecomastia. I can't do anything about certain other features that there's nothing I can do much about, right? Unless I was gonna go, and get surgery, which I was never gonna do. And yeah, I think it's important to shed light on that, right? Which is that if you take that weight off of yourself, you'll be able to kind of move about more freely, right? You won't have to feel like you got that pressure to kind of hide certain things or conceal certain things. And believe it or not, a lot of people, in particular, if you're trying to attract a mate and you kind of lay out these vulnerabilities, most times they'll be like, I didn't even notice, or it doesn't even matter. Because I think people can appreciate that vulnerability, that vulnerable side of yourself. And so try that and see if it doesn't work. And like I said, I've laid out embarrassing insecurities that obviously I'm not even gonna tell you, because the reality is like they're for one person, audiences at a time, but you get the idea. Like they're things that I for the longest time held on to secretly and deeply and hope that no one would ever know. And now I'm realizing like I wouldn't mind anyone knowing, right? If it's the right person. So you got to look at it like that, is take the pressure off of yourself, understand that it is what it is. These were the hands you were dealt. These were the cards you were dealt, rather. And you got to be able to ride with what you have. It shouldn't be something that you should try to hide away from. All right. Anyway, see you in the next one.